$2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Then, the president being pushed to do an executive order, $5,000 stimulus check with existing CARES Act 1 money. Meantime, tonight, back on. Negotiations are back on between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell for your second stimulus check. How soon could you begin the stimulus check? Then, tonight, Steve Mnuchin and the Federal Reserve feuding. Why are they feuding, and what does this have to do with your stimulus? It's all shocking. Then, another viewer gets another grant in the last few hours. We're up to almost 10 viewers already that have gotten stimulus check grants because of this channel in less than 24 hours. And another one reveals more grants that you could be getting tonight. It's exciting news and breaking news as all eyes are back on Congress to give you stimulus, but I'm getting you stimulus right now. This is Evenings LALATE. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Evenings LA. It's Thursday evening. You almost made it to the weekend. And what better way to start the weekend with a stimulus grant? I'm so excited for my 10 viewers, now 9 or 10, who now have stimulus grants, thousands of dollars of free money because of this channel in just less than 24 hours. If you've not subscribed, please do, because I'm getting viewers right now, not money right now. Let's say that again. I'm getting viewers money right now, not money 5 days from now, 5 weeks from now, 5 months from now, money right now. And in this recording, I'm going to go over another viewer who got thousands of dollars. Her rent is paid up for months, and she is going to be comfortable throughout the holidays because of that relief. If you've not subscribed, please do, because I'm getting people money like you, and you can get that money as well. Also, like this video. It helps in the algorithm. In tonight's video, I'm going to go over all the breaking details about your second stimulus, executive order, SSI and SSDI, and more. First, that $2,400 for SSI and SSDI, yes. Then I'll be going over executive order. The talks between Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer back on. Meantime, a big feud between the Federal Reserve and Steve Mnuchin tonight as he cuts off funding to the Federal Reserve for something. Your head is about to spin. Mine was. Then, big money. I'm going to go over not less than 23 grants you can get right now across the country. And I'll tell you how to get those grants and 2 other ways to get real money, fast money, free money, and this is stimulus money that's available for you. This and other exciting details. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here tonight is yet another viewer has gotten a grant tonight. Nicole says the Louisiana Department of Housing and Human Services, this is Louisiana, just paid my rent for September all the way to January and paid past electric and water bills. It's very simple. People just go and get the app and the checklist of what you provide, and within 24 hours, my landlord and utility companies had checks mailed out to them. I don't have to pay rent until February, and my bills are all caught up. Just tell people that how they do it. And it was simple and very easy. Next, Willie wants you to know to go to unitedwaydenton.org if you're in the city of Denton or county of Denton, because they are doing grants as well. Another viewer also emailed me, said please tell viewers to consider United Way because United Way has a lot of grants across the country. You need to find your local chapter of United Way for grants. I want to make something very clear. When I'm talking about stimulus grants, this is free money. It is not debt, and it is not something you have to repay. Next, I'm also talking about money that is considered stimulus. It came from the federal government. It went to the states, then went to the counties and the cities. It was under CARES Act 1, the first stimulus package. They have to use the money or lose it, and it's $150 billion that is allocated and needs to be passed out. This is money for rent, for utilities, for stimulus checks. Those are the most three common. The least common are for business and for also, in some cases, hazard pay. Very, very rare. It's all across the country. You need to apply for them by doing the following tasks. First, go to Google News, not Google Web. You're looking for news articles. And look for news articles with the keywords CARES Act plus grant plus the name of your city. You're looking for news articles from your local news authorities that announce the grants. Next, if you can't maneuver your phone or you're not good with the internet, call your local city hall. Call your local county to ask them, please tell me if you have any CARES Act 1 grants. Then, in some cities and counties, you have 211, a number which you can call a directory service that will provide you connections to the city and your county. This money is city and county money. Let's make it very clear. It's not private money. Some viewers said, I just looked up grants in general. No. Another person said, I went to a website and there was 55 different grants. Another one had 200 grants. No, you're looking for private grants. I'm talking about money that's only held in your city and county. You only have one city and one county. So go get it. Next, let me go over some of the success stories, and let me also give you another facet. First, some viewers want you to know to consider United Way. Now, this is not CARES Act 1 grant. This is something different. I have no knowledge about how that works, but they're telling me please inform the viewers about it. In the last 48 hours, Barbara out of Miami got rent. Brian out of Illinois got stimulus. Judy got her application in for rent. Danielle got 6 months of rent, $9,000. Sinerseri, if I'm pronouncing that right, got $1,900 in rent and $1,200 in electric bills. Robert got his unemployment increased $3,100. And Danielle again came back and said, thank you, LALATE, you saved my life. Mika got 6 months of rent. Michelle got $2,500 in rent from the New Hampshire Housing Relief Program. And then Kathy got $6,500 in rent and $300 in utilities from Summit Cares from the Fair Housing Department. What's important to understand is that I want you to look for your city and county, but please also consider your state. In 3 examples, including the first one I started with, the people found it in their state housing authority. This is new tonight. So the first one I started found it in the Louisiana Housing Authority, and it looks like one of the viewers here, Michelle, may have gotten from the New Hampshire Housing Authority. So in all cases, the money from CARES Act went from the federal government to the state, and then from the state to the cities and the counties. But in some cases, they may have kept the money at the state level. So also consider your state as well. Let me go over some grants tonight. Indiana has $5,000 grants. North Carolina has $335 for new parents. It expires in December 7th. Virginia has $3,000 in tuition. New Hampshire has $300 for front care workers. And I'm losing one of my pages. Miami-Dade has one for rent. I lost some of my pages. I can't be perfect. Boy, a lot of developments right tonight. What's important is that this is free money. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, you qualify for rent, for food, and for also utilities. Everyone else qualifies for that as well. Go get it. Next, escalated benefits. It's so important to do this, and a lot of viewers have had success with this. Your state starts you at the base level unemployment benefits. That's generally about $100 a week. Most states' maximum benefits is about $500 a week. So you see, or $300 to $500 a week. You see the range. It's about a $300 range to get to the maximum. So how do you raise it? When do you raise it? How do you qualify? If you made over $18,000 a year, you can raise it in your 2019 tax return. You could raise it probably about $50 a week. If you made over $25,000 last year, you might be able to raise it about $100 a week. And if you made over $30,000 a year, you're usually able to max it out. How much money is this? It's a lot of money. If you've been on unemployment since March, that's 30 weeks. If you're maxing it out, you're raising it $200 a week, that's $6,000. Bam, right now. Money right now. If you're raising about $100 a week, if you made about $25,000 in 2019, you're getting $3,000 retroactively. Bam, right in your account. And if you raise it just about $20, $50 a week, $50 a week at 30 weeks is about $1,500. Bam, right in your account. This is very simple. Next, EIDL. Please consider EIDL. Of all the things I talk about on EIDL, it is the only thing that is a debt instrument. But it's free money for the first year. It's free money for the first year, and then after that, you don't have to repay it for 30-something years. How does it work? You go to sba.gov. What's important to understand is that if you made any side hustle income in 2019, you qualify. So if you were a Macy's employee, but also drove for Uber and Lyft, and made $4,000 in Uber or Lyft, go get an EIDL. You can get a $2,000 check approximately. If you made $10,000 on the side doing pottery, but you're also a school teacher, go get an EIDL for the pottery. It's very simple. It's sba.gov. The calculation is gross revenue, line 1 of your Schedule C, minus cost of goods sold divided by 2. That's how they do it. And it's simple and it's easy. Nothing has to be repaid for the first year, and then after that, it's about $10 a year if you get a $3,000 or $4,000 EIDL. It's so simple. Next, let's turn to $2,400. $2,400 in your account under Biden. Biden wants all people on SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans to get 3 things. Let me go over them. First, he wants you to get an additional stimulus check. That's $2,400. That would be $200 a month every month from now to December 31st. And this is categorically incredible. It's upwards of $4,000, but if you calculate from today's date, it would be $2,600. Next, he wants to give you a 20% increase on your benefits a lifetime. So this is in addition to just the stimulus, which is COVID related. This is a lifetime benefit. So if you're making about $1,000 a month and you raise it 20%, that's $1,200 in your bank account. Third, he wants to have your benefits tied to a new benchmark. That new benchmark would increase your benefits annually quicker and faster than COLA, which is that cost of living adjustment, which doesn't move much next. Then, let me turn to stimulus checks. Big push is underway for the president to send out $5,000 stimulus checks by repurposing CARES Act 1 money. It's currently sitting in SBA. It's about $800 billion. $800 billion is about a $5,000 stimulus check. There's a big push for the president to do executive orders for stimulus check, an extension of FPUC, an extension of UI, an extension of eviction moratorium, and the mortgage forbearance. Of those, he's done all of them before as an executive order with the exception of the stimulus check. Then tonight, Mitch McConnell back on. Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer are back negotiating for the first time since this pandemic started. They were initially at arms in the month of July. Chuck Schumer says, "I'm not negotiating with Mitch McConnell. I'll only negotiate with Steve Mnuchin." Well, now they're negotiating tonight and tomorrow. They're negotiating for a second stimulus check, for another round of FPUC, for an extension of UI, or for extension of PUA. I'll keep you updated by the minute, but understand that's not money right now, because even if they agreed upon it, it would take 10 days to get it, 11 days. You see these viewers who got the grants, they got the grants literally in 24 hours or hours after they applied. That's money right now. Everything for Mitch and Chuck is potentially money after about a week out from where we're talking if they had an agreement today. Boy, then more about the negotiations and what you could be getting in a second. But let me turn to Steve Mnuchin. Really shocking development tonight. Steve Mnuchin is cutting off funding for certain programs at the Fed that are stimulus related. Yes, the Treasury Secretary to the president is cutting off funding to certain programs that are stimulus related at the Fed, calling them ineffective. I gotta tell you, I sort of agree with him. They are ineffective. The Main Street Lending Program, cut. Steve Mnuchin doesn't want to give any more money to that program because no one has asked for the money and no one's using the program. Agree or disagree? Well, the Federal Reserve is fuming, sending out a public press release tonight saying this is inappropriate. We're in the middle of a pandemic. How dare you cut off our funding? Interesting. What do you think? Meantime, everyone is very nervous about new curfews. And tonight, California on curfews. Most of the state is going on curfew, which is the last step before lockdowns. Curfews are being announced with no stimulus in the place in which Gavin Newsom resides and Nancy Pelosi resides, and I'm here, of course. And there's a big concern from Wall Street that there's no stimulus in place as one of the major states of the country is facing the last step before a lockdown. The concern is, where is the stimulus? So let's go back to Mitch and Chuck. This is what you have to do, Purple Power. In 30 minutes after this will be Purple Power Live, but what you have to do is go on social media and make very clear to Mitch this message. Repurpose CARES Act 1 money of SBA as a standalone stimulus check. Mitch McConnell, less than 24 hours ago, said to News he would agree to a stimulus package that is fiscally responsible. What does that mean? It means he doesn't want to spend any money if he doesn't have to spend money. Fiscally responsible means not spending money. You don't have to spend this money. It's at SBA. It's already been spent. It's used money. We're just sending it out for another purpose, a stimulus check. Second, there's all that money from state and local that's coming back. Repurpose that for other stimulus checks or repurpose it for enhanced unemployment benefits. Get that message out to Mitch. Next, get the message out to Mitch to do the problem solvers bill and take out the stimulus check and do the stimulus check here. How does this work? The problem solvers bill, which Mitch McConnell said he would do, Lindsey Graham had said he would do, Chuck Grassley, all GOP senators said they would do, is $1.5 trillion. It's a number that makes other Republicans in the Senate a little bit nervous. They said they would agree to 1. We can do this, team. How do we do this? We take out the 0.4, we take out $400 billion of the problem solvers bill, which is 2 stimulus checks. $1,200 now and $1,200 in March. Who needs a stimulus check in March? We need stimulus checks now. Take them out. The bill is then 1. Use the CARES Act 1 money as a $5,000 stimulus check. Send it out. Suddenly you have exactly what Mitch McConnell wants, exactly what we want. You have extension of UI, you have extension of PUA, and you have extension of FPUC. What's important to understand is that PUA is expiring in just a few weeks in December. UI is expiring in just a few weeks in December. Eviction moratorium, which doesn't cost anyone anything, it's fiscally responsible, it costs $0, is expiring in December. Mortgage forbearance is expiring in December. Everything is expiring in just a few weeks as this country faces lockdown. Now is the time to do the relief that puts money in the hands of American people, not in the hands of governors and states. It needs to be time to get us the money. Boy, it's a big night. So let's recap. You need to go on Google News and look for CARES Act 1 plus grants plus your city or county. If you're not good with a phone, call your city, call your county, or call 211. Ask for grants. Next, also consider escalated benefits. If you're on unemployment assistance, raise your benefits. If you're receiving UI or PUA, raise it. And if you received UI or PUA earlier this year, but are no longer on unemployment because you got hired, still do it. You can still do it for that period in which you got the benefits. Next, consider EIDL. Finally, some viewers say consider United Way's grants as well. Big developments, and if you have more information about grants or your success story and you have gotten grants because of this channel, send me a DM at LALATE or at Instagram LALATE_ at the end. Also, subscribe to this channel because who is fighting to get you money right now? You and I know that Mitch and Chuck talking is good, but there's no money coming this week, and there's no money coming this weekend, and there's no money coming next week because of these two people. There would be potentially money thereafter. That's too long. I'm fighting to get you money, and we're doing it together. Also like this video. See you on Purple Power Live. Shortly, we're right after this video. Stay safe, stay positive, stay focused, and also join me tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Early Mornings LA. 2 shows at 6 and then 6:30. As always, stay with LA for more.